Okay, this is for, I hear Taurus coming to me, so I'm going to focus with Taurus, right? So with Taurus, I hear 16, so I'm going to grab 16 for my Taurus. Healing of the soul, when you hurt someone to the core, someone hurt you, Taurus, or somebody missing, or if somebody's murdered, okay? So let's flow with my Taurus, okay? Number, stop. Whoa. Okay, for my Taurus, let's just flow, Lord. It's neutral. Jobs. Well, it's always work with Taurus. Tauruses must be hard workers. Always get job stuff from my Taurus. Okay, neutral. The billboards. That's jobs for the sign of Taurus. Okay, it says right here, I will respect myself. Somebody want Taurus to do something that will make you disrespect yourself, and you're not going to disrespect yourself, Taurus. Proud of you. Because somebody in the wonderland of the lost souls, whoever it is, that means devilish energy, street life, or whatever this is. I don't know what it is, right? Until we just see, let's just see what your storyline is about. Okay. From place. Let's see what this is. Look at God. Take a detour. Okay, so we have right here a job some kind of way, but somebody wants you to do something that make you disrespect my Taurus. Whoever it is, they devilish people, sinful people, or whatever's going on with them, whatever it is they want. But God telling you right here with the next card, take a detour from whatever that is. And you're going to do it, I feel, right? Because the second card says you're going to respect yourself. Right? From a person, place, thing, or anything. Whatever it is, issues. Let's just flow for the Taurus. You're going to be sincere, Taurus, about going to another place. It don't have to be New York, follow me? Because God says Taurus is nice, right? And you're going to get an epiphany, vision, or whatever, maybe to push you another direction. Okay? It says your aunt is up to no good, so you could be dealing with an aunt some kind of way. She has something up her sleeve, Taurus, and you got to find out what it is, right? The next card is number 14, so maybe something can happen on the 14th. Next card is the problem for you, Taurus, is God said you was too nice with your aunt or whatever's going on here. Do you even want help, though, God says, right? Because it says right here that this person showed heart, and it will be your aunt. I can see your aunt showed heart in her actions. Let's flow. Say it right. Let me say it right. Yeah, your aunt showed heart in her actions, that she's up to no good, that she ain't care or whatever's going on. Because she's fixated on your sexuality for some reason. I don't know if she wanted you to go get a job, because the first card, the second card saying you're doing something that you... The first card is a job card. It's like you can't get a job. It's hard to get a job. The second card is the wonderland of the lost souls. Somebody wants you to do something that you would disrespect, would make you not respect your own self. Get what I'm saying? And the more we go down, your aunt is up to no good. And then we got to fixating on sexuality. Follow me? You never knew why. It says right here, your uncle dislikes you. But you never knew why your uncle didn't like you. But you got to ask your uncle why your uncle don't like you. So you got an aunt and uncle, I guess, that live in the same house. But your uncle seemed like he disliked you, and your aunt focused on your sexuality for some reason. But she got something up her sleeve. Seemed like you want to leave, though. So you want to spin the tables around on both of them, right? Some kind of way, because it was repercussions some kind of way. And I feel like the repercussions is going to go to them, and meaning that you're going to leave and go to another place, right? Because maybe you're living with them or something. We got a number 5. Something could happen like the 5th of next month or anything like that. Okay. No more trying to impress others. Maybe you're trying to impress them, right? Because you're going to ask one of them, did they do it? Or one of them going to ask you, did you do it? Or will you do it? Follow me. Or will you do it? Or will you do it? Get my drift? Because the second card, the first card is you don't seem to have a job. You're looking and it's hard. Second card is somebody wants you to do something to disrespect yourself. So we talking about sexual now, because we got this card over down here fixated on your sexuality. Follow me? So either did you do it? Somebody broke Taurus off like a twig on a tree, right? This is usually a killing card, is a get rid of card. Follow me? Or if it's sexual, we're going to have to make it sexual. But really, I usually don't make this sexual, but I got to flow all kind of ways right now because we're dealing with grown folks. Okay. Whoa, now we got something else up in the picture. So we get with morning. We got your aunts and uncle over here. Okay, now we have your stepmother is abusing the children. So it's a stepmother abusing the children. Daddy worked too much. And they are wounded. So we got a stepmother who is abusing the children because the father work all the time. So he really don't even know halfway what's happening. So down here, what did you do it? Did you do it? The next card is you're going to go somewhere and get somebody, get him or get her, or somebody coming your way on whatever day of the week. It don't have to be a Tuesday. Let's flow. Let's go with this one. Addictions play a part in soul breaking, right? Find out why you stuck with it, or somebody in your family, or the stepmother. Either the stepmother got an addiction, the uncle got an addiction, or the aunt got an addiction. Somebody got an addiction out of those people. The father is just working all the time, so it's not the father. Got to get away from the snakes, because it says laying down beside you is like my first crush. So this could be the mother and the father card, or it could be one of these adults with a child. I just don't know right now. Follow me? I don't know. So we have right here, are you molded to a religion? Because if you're dealing with religion, nobody seems to want to believe something is true. Don't divorce your husband. He molesting the children, but you saying, well, you can't divorce your husband because the Bible tell you don't divorce your husband. The Bible do not say stay hooked to some man that's hurting your children or your grandkids or whatever it's saying, or your nephew or niece. It don't say things like that because it's not expecting you to do stuff like that. But people do stuff like that. Or you molded to a religion that keeps you binded, where you know something happening with the children in the household and you're not doing nothing about it. Are you molded? Are your leaders your God, or is God your God? If God your God, you got to make a decision, make a step, make a move, and get the children out of that household, or you need to move out with your children, whoever this is, because somebody thought somebody was beautiful, right? So it might be a girl child, because I see the stepmother is doing the abusing, this saying, right? She could be just actually physically hitting the children. Well, it don't have to be that, because we got the laying down beside you down here card, right? So I don't know. We got being treated harshly by others, like you nothing. Now that could be the stepmother with the children, because she pinpointing a problem that helped her up in her life, so she feel like maybe her husband got her babysitting and he working, and it's holding her up in her life, so she treating the children harshly. So she gonna take her best shot to tear them down, abuse their ego. I mean, not their ego, I'm sorry. Abuse their emotions, tear them to shreds. You know what I'm saying? Wound them, tear their heart apart, make them hurt inside. Follow me? We got 103. Maybe by January the 3rd, something gonna come about. It says you did well. Things are good now. Do you really like the way you are? So this would be for the stepmother. You like the way you are? Because you use your imagination and you made the children disappear. Because you broke them off like a twig on a tree. Is this the same one up here? That's get rid of too. So maybe you was tired of the kids, so you actually got it to where you don't have to care for the kids anymore. Because if they with their aunt and their uncle now, you don't have to worry about none of that. But if the children with the aunt and the uncle, they fixated on the sexuality of one of the children at least, because if the child was abused some kind of way, it makes it like that. Cheating yourself out of a good life. What happened to you? We got the same mother. What happened? Look at the kids. That's the kids. If not the kids, we dealing with the aunt and the uncle. They could be siblings. The aunt and the uncle could be two siblings. They're brother and sister to each other. Or we could be just talking about a man and his wife, and that would make the children the aunt. I mean, the children's aunt or his wife. So I don't know. So it could be like one of the children take down the walls for love and cheat on the achievements. Follow me. God gonna test, right? Let's see. Pop up on. So we have right here, where was I just was at? Cause somebody wants somebody to take down the walls for love and cheer on their achievements, and that usually would be the children probably. The good things that's been done. Okay, God is testing the sign of Taurus for you too. Maybe you was, maybe the Taurus was abused before by your stepmother. One of the Tauruses out there. Maybe your stepmother was focused on your sexuality. Maybe your aunt or your uncle was fixated on your sexuality. It wasn't, it was hard to find work some kind of way, and maybe one of your stepmother, your aunt or your uncle tried to have you doing something you had no business doing, because it says addictions play a part in soul breaking. Addiction. So addiction don't have to just be drugs. It could be people, sexual addictions, whatever's going on. They might have told you, they might have had it where they was, I don't see no money card though. If I see a money card, I take it that way. Laying down beside you is like my first crush. Some kind of thinking that she was pretty if you're a female. Your aunt or your uncle or your stepmother. Anybody like that. So it says right here that somebody was taking, you was taking somebody for a joke and they popped up on you. It don't have to be a Wednesday. Because somebody wanted to plant a fortune and they took their shot. Plant a fortune. You needed to filter it or somebody else because somebody was gift seeking, or you was, however it's going. You had to fight for your sanity. Why did you hold on so long dealing with this situation? Because you had to check yourself and do some soul searching. So you could be a Taurus that you wind up getting addicted and all to drugs or being on the streets or sex or drinking or whatever because you was abused by your stepmother. Maybe because your father was working all the time. Anything like that. And maybe you start living with your aunt and your uncle, but they're fixated on your sexuality. Seem like over there. Let me say something. You have to move away from anything that annoys you, Taurus. When you start to feel real, you're going to come out. Because it says right here, see something come from your childhood. Right? And it says you got to look at things and know wrong from things because something got to be clarified. That choosing you first is always the best choice, Taurus, in your life. Because somebody was reeling in the cash and she is like a church mouse. So your stepmother was reeling in the cash, just constantly pulling in money from your father. Your father working all the time, don't even really realize you're being abused. However you was being abused home, or that she was addicted to drugs, or whatever's going on here. Or your aunt and your uncle got you. Well, they don't have you now because I should be there talking to grown-ups. Or maybe your children is in some kind of, with the, if I'm talking to grown-ups, but it could be your children that's in the hands of your aunt, uncle, or their stepmother. I just don't know. You got to put it the right way. She like a church mouse, reeling in the cash. The stepmother from the stepfather, from the father working all the time. She just pulling in money. Got all kind of addictions going on and abusing the children in whatever way. Whatever way, right? You can verbally abuse somebody and make them feel worse than if you hit them, depending on what you're saying to them. Make the person feel like they garbage, depending on what you're saying. So I don't know how she talking or whatever. But we got the laying down card right there. So the laying down card goes with people with romance. And then thinking somebody pretty. And here's the church card in between there. So let's just go. Or maybe the stepmother got all kind of addictions going on. She abusing the kids. Father is working all the time. He don't even know what's going on in his own house. She made the children disappear by tearing them down and mistreating them and all, and maybe they had to go live with their aunt, or maybe they will have to go live with their aunt and their uncle or something like that. Okay, it says, do you play ball with your life in the best ways? You got to make the changes necessary, God says, Taurus. Because you got to take heed to what is calling to be seen and heard by you, Taurus. You are not exempt. Because some kind of way that depression it's not meant for a lifetime, Taurus. You got to choose you, and you're going to choose yourself. Right? Because something come from your childhood, God says, right? And maybe you was abused back then in your childhood, and it's something that kind of lingered with you for a long time that caused you to have some kind of addictions. I don't know for sure if it's you or your children. Okay. So we have right here that you got to call. When love calls, will you answer? And love is going to be called some kind of center somewhere, some kind of place to get you some help. Not some woman or man. Okay? Because it say being adopted. So some kind of way maybe you got adopted by your aunt and your uncle over there after all this stuff happened from your stepmother or anything like that. Or your children is or anything like that. Or finding my parents even matter. And this will be for the sign of Taurus or the children, because they want their parents back. They don't want to be with their aunt, their uncle, their stepmother. They want their parents. Children want their parents, unless their parents is somebody who really terrible to them. They want their parents, and most of them still want their parents, if you know it or not. They still want their parents because they got inside of them, my mother will love me one day. They got that hope inside of them. Okay? God said you got to start being responsible for yourself and no more lack. So your first card is a job card, and your last card, God's saying this. You got to depend on you for no more lack, your last card. Your first card is you looking for work right here, and it's hard finding work. Your second card is you're in the wonderland of the lost souls. Drug addiction, out on the streets, whatever you're doing, right? Somebody wants you to do something to disrespect yourself as far as work, because you got to get money, remember. Right? So, because you won't have a job. But God telling you with your third card, take a detour, Taurus. Don't even go that direction. Get from a place, person, thing, or issue. And you're going to be sincere about going to another city, state, or wherever you're going at. Because God said you're nice, but you're going to get that epiphany to let you know, no, I don't need to go that route. Get what God telling you. Okay? So we're going to stop it right here. But you got to have a feeling your aunt got something up her sleeve. Whatever it is, and you need to find out what it is, because the problem is God said you too nice. Do you even want help? So, yeah. You could have been a teenager and something happened with your stepmother was abusive, wasn't being nice. Or you could have been younger. But whatever it is, it kind of seeped to your, teenage years, adult years, or whatever this is. And we gotta clear things out when it's like that. We can't have it dangling along. We can't have it like that because it ruins your life, Taurus. My Taurus always have work most of the time. Be looking for work, but this Taurus right here having a hard time finding work. Taurus, you're gonna get work whoever you are. I'm telling you, the brass loved one healer Taurus. You're gonna get a job, Taurus. You're gonna get a job. God got my Taurus right here. You're gonna get a job. You're going to get that job. You're going to get one. You're going to get one. As long as you straight and it's not a job that going off if you take any kind of drugs or anything like that job or whatever. You got to make sure you straight, because if you ain't straight, you know you're going to fail tests. But other than that, God is going to get you that job if you want it, because God telling you take a detour and you're going to go to another city or state, right? It say New York, but you can be going anywhere, wherever you go. And I feel God got a job waiting there for you. But you need it out here, no drugs in your system and things like that. Nothing that block you from getting a job. Get my drift. Look at God. It could be a sure thing for you, Taurus, if you do what you're supposed to do. This is a logo, a company, a logo, anything like that. Symbol. So you might even be wearing some kind of logo on your clothes, right? Might be wearing a uniform when it come down to it, or whatever job you get, because you got the tendencies, God says, as far as maybe, as far as, I guess, the being addicted or whatever God talking about right here. God said, why you even stick with it so long? We got to get you out of that mindset. Out of that mindset. Because God says right here for my Taurus, look, you got to choose you first, Taurus. That's what it's all about. Choose you first. Want the best for your life. Want the best for your life and you will get it. This for my Taurus.